Hello fellow hammer dulcimer players, I'm Dan Landrum and I want to show you today how to change a string. It frightens some people because it involves perhaps breaking another string, and I hope you can get over that because it's no big deal and you don't really need many tools and you can do it in just a minute or two. I can change 2 or 3 strings in the time that it's going to take me to show you how to change a string. Of course, you need a tuning wrench. Tuning hammer is the technical name for this. They come in T's or in bars like this. Doesn't matter, either one will work. You need to know what size string to replace it with. Now, hopefully you got a chart when you bought your hammer dulcimer that tells you all of the string sizes. But if you didn't, that's all is not lost. You can use a tool like a micrometer to measure strings. If hopefully there's one that's not broken nearby, so you can measure it. And I'm not going to teach you how to use this, but it's not hard. I will tell you, you need glasses also if you're over 40 like me as one of the tools when you're going to change a string, to read the micrometer and to see to put the string through the hole. It's not really string anyway, is it? It's wire. Some people use some sort of pliers, some sort of snips, but I'm not going to, and I'd like to encourage you to not use these also. You think using this you can get it cleaner, but actually you end up with the wire sticking out through the hole. I also know that someone else could put up another video, maybe has a different method of changing strings. This is one that's worked for me, and I play a lot, and sometimes I play rather aggressively, and I've broken many strings in my life, so this works for me. And I can change a string even while on stage in less than a minute, generally, without any tools, and getting something that's clean so that your fingers won't get cut when you run your fingers down the edge of the zither pins. Now, I'm too far away for you to really see what's going to happen, so I'm going to switch camera views and we'll go from there. Alright, this is the instrument that needs a string replaced on it. Here is the hitch pin. Hitch pin is the post that the string hangs on. I'm using this looped string. It's pre-looped. The instrument is a Dusty Strings D650 with dampers, and so I'm going to have to go underneath the dampers. I guess that's the trickiest thing. And now I just take the loop and place it on the hitch pin. Can you see that? Now the trick about using these particular phosphor bronze strings, if there's a little tail sticking up, you want that tail to stick up when you start, when you begin the process, because as you tension it, the tail will flip over and lay back down back against the instrument. Now I'm just going to draw the string across the instrument. I'm going to zoom the camera out here so you can see what's about to happen. It's still hooked onto that end, and now I'm drawing the string out across the instrument. Okay. Different instruments will have slightly different ways you have to run it, but obviously you have to figure out what the path for your string is. So I'm going to change camera angles now so that you can see the string going underneath this damper that I'm pointing at up here in the corner of the screen. So I'll change camera angles and we'll continue. Okay, so here's my next step. The string is coming all the way across the instrument, and again, you'll have to look at your own instrument and see how the string needs to run. This is the zither pin, that's what they're called, that this string is going to go on. Now, I don't want to just stick the string through the hole in the zither pin and start tightening it up. The reason is, I need to back this zither pin back out so that I have some room to screw the zither pin back down into the instrument. How many times you turn the thing back out depends on the thickness of the string. This is not a very thick string, and so I'm only going to bring it up about 1/8 of an inch. I wasn't counting, I was yakking away there, and I think I got it just a little bit high. What you don't want to do is when the string winds around the post as you screw the zither pin back in, you don't want it to push the string down into the wood, because first off, you can break the string that way, and second, if it didn't break this string, that would be even worse, because if it made a hard enough surface and pushed against the wood, you could actually strip the hole. I'm saying all that, and again, I said I didn't want to frighten you, but that is something that you need to watch out for. And if you were to see it start to go down into the wood, just stop and take it off and do it again. If you waste a string, wasting a string that cost you $1.25 is a lot better than messing up your instrument. I'm now going to take this string, I'm going underneath this damper again, and I don't know if you can see the hole. I'm looking down at it, not looking at the camera. I just ran the string through the hole on the zither pin. Now what do? Well, I've learned that I need about 3 fingers width to get pushed back in, and I use 3 fingers and set them down like that and say, okay, it's about that much, which is about 1.5 inches. It's going to be different for everyone. I push that back through, and now I have slack over here on the instrument. I'm holding the slack here. Okay, now without pulling that back through, leaving the string still, holding the slack here, I then put my tuning wrench back on, and I make 1 turn while I'm turning with my left hand, pulling with my right hand. I want to make sure that the string goes below the hole. Now I'm going to take the pin off. And I hope you can see this, because this is the trick. This is the good part. Now I've got this long part sticking out, this tail. I don't want that tail to be there, so I wiggle the string back and forth. This works with all strings, and it's broken off, and it's nice and clean where it goes in the hole. Now I can continue to pull with my right hand, putting tension on it. I lift up so that it makes a nice tight spiral as it goes down the pin, and let it go slowly as it starts to settle in on top of the instrument. And check for tuning. Just bring it right up to pitch. Now, sometimes I'll grab it and stretch it just a little bit, because they'll tend to stretch some at first. Looks like that one's going to hold pretty well. That's it.